Good morning, College Algebra. This is Mrs. Gasello. I'm going to go through the quarter 3 review that you had due today, just so you get the problems worked out, and then tomorrow you'll have a 20-question multiple choice quarter 3 exam that will be graded. So the first question is, what's the period of the graph? That is, how long does it take to make a complete curve? So the period here is pi units. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the pi symbol there. So for the first question, it's pi. What is the amplitude? So we need to find the center line. So this graph goes between 1 and -5, so a total of 6, which means if we cut the 6 in half, that amplitude is 3. So we can see it on the graph as we go down, 1, 2, 3 units. That center line here is at y equals -2. Finally, what is a possible cosine equation? Y equals, so our amplitude is 3, but this is an upside down cosine graph, so -3 cosine, because the period is pi, that means the b value is 2, because we see two curves in 2 pi, so 2x, and then since it shifted down to -2. So that was the first 3 questions. The next group of questions deals with angles and radians. So the first one says convert to degrees. So remember, pi is equal to 180. So 4 times 180 divided by 3 is the same as 240 degrees. The next question, find the cosine of 4 pi over 3. So if we sketch that in the unit circle, we know 4 pi over 3 is that pi over 3, or 60 degrees past pi. And if I want the cosine, I want the x value. So this is my x value. It's the short side of the 30, 60, 90. This is 60, so it's across from the 30. So it's -1/2. So our cosine is -1/2. Our sine, which is our y value, is the other measurement in the 30, 60, 90, -√3/2. And then finally, the secant of the same angle is the reciprocal of the cosine. So the reciprocal of -1/2 is -2. As we move on to number 8, solve for theta, solve for the angle. Where does sine of theta equal 1? We know sine again is the y value in the unit circle, up here at 90 degrees, or in radians at pi over 2, the y value is 1. And I'm not sure if this one was degrees or radians, so there's both. For the next 2 questions, 9 and 10, it relates to this triangle. Find the tangent of angle A. Well, if this is angle A, we know tangent is that TOA, that opposite over adjacent. So the tangent is A over B. Now the next question, number 10, asks for the cosecant of A. So first we find its reciprocal, which is sine. So using SOHCAHTOA, the sine is A over C. So the cosecant is C over A. And then the last group of problems were our probability and counting problems. So if RJ has 20 pairs of Nikes, how many ways can he order them, his first, second, and third favorite pairs? So he's got 20 pairs, so for the first favorite pair, he has 20 choices. Then he has 19, then he has 18. So as we go ahead and we type that in our calculator, we multiply those choices together, so 6,840. Okay, number 12. What is the correct way to represent the number of arrangements in the letters blossom using factorial? So first you count out how many letters there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's your numerator, the total number of letters, but now we've got to divide out the repeated letters. So I know there are 2 O's and 2 S's, so we're going to divide by 2 factorial, 2 factorial. So this is the correct representation of blossom using factorials. Number 13 says, if you have 12 toppings to pick for a pizza, how many ways can you choose, and choose is important here, a 3-topping pizza? That is, how many different 3-topping pizzas are possible? So that's when we have to use a combination. So we use our calculator for this. So the steps are, you want to hit your math key, then you scroll across the top to the PRB, and there is the combination key. But before we can type it in, we've got to type how many total options we have. 12, math, PRB, combination, 3, and that turns out to be 220 choices. The last group of problems deals with the locker combination. So Jan has to select a 3-number combination. For his lock, he can pick any number between 0 and 32. So guys, remember, that's 33 choices. So how many 3-digit lock combinations can he select if he can repeat digits? So for this one, each time he has 33 choices. So this is 33 times 33 times 33, or 33 to the third, which turns out to be 35,937 choices. All right, and number 15, Vishaan has a 3-number combination he must select, and he still can pick from 0 to 32, but he cannot repeat digits. So this is kind of similar to like the RJ Shu problem. So he still has 33 choices for the first one, but then only 32 and then 31. So as we multiply 33 times 32 times 31, he has 32,736 choices. And then this one's the most challenging. Again, Tommy has a 3-number lock combination. He can select between 0 and 32. How many 3-digit combinations can he select if he cannot repeat digits? So similar to this one, but 0 cannot be the first digit, but it can be the second or third. So as I set this up, no 0, yes 0. So he still has 33 choices to start with, but since 0 cannot be this first digit, he only has 32 here. So now he can't repeat, but 0 gets included. So whatever number he selected first comes out of the 33. Well, he had 32, so comes out of 32, but 0 gets put back in. So he's 32 choices again, then 31. So 32 times 32 times 31 equals 31,744. So make sure you go through these problems, and then tomorrow morning your assessment will be posted. Good luck, guys.